This is going to be extremely high quality limestone. High quality limestone. You could net that.
Many rocks to look at.
No rocks. None.
We just kind of like to get a feel of what kind of stone is in the area.
Somebody cooked some fish right here. I see some pole holders. Charcoal. Somebody cooked fish there. And there. There's probably huge fish in here. Man. Just walk around a little bit. I really love spots like this. I got my fishing pole, I got my license. It's just my fishing pole is a ultralight. I don't know what I'll hook in here. I don't want to catch a sea monster. Break the pole. And that. What an awesome spot. Wow, man. Can't find Flint. Even at a spot like this. This is so freaking beautiful, man. Even at a spot like this, you could find stuff to net. Perfect. I'm gonna leave that for another napper. So, way archaeologists determine the date on things. And I wanted to explain this. This will get covered over time. This little fire pit here. See how the stuff is already washed out? That's a movement of a site. This will be an archaeological site someday. Within like a week, it'll be an archaeological site. And that'll be called, I'll give it a name. What do we call it? Fisherman Fire Pit Archaeology Site 12. So, okay, Site 12 right here. We found a piece of charcoal. Now I touched it with my hands, so the site is ruined forever. Because I touched it with my hands, the site is ruined forever. You cannot get an accurate date. You cannot get any information. I mean, you could get a little information, like if there's fish bones here. You could see what kind of fish they ate. But when you touch things with your hands, you ruin the dating. There is a modern drug right there. So you might be able to get some DNA off of that. Alright, so when you touch it with your hands, let's say you're touching an ancient site, it'll throw the dating off. I'll put up some information here so you could, I don't really know how to accurately describe it, so I'll throw up a screenshot here showing how the dating process works. But when you touch it with your hands, you throw the dating off. But most of this site here, for example, this is a good example. Let's say Paleo-Indian camped right here 12,000 years ago. You see this being washed down, the charcoal being washed down into the river. A lot of sites were lost like that, or just entirely buried by huge mudslides coming through. Very deep, like 8 feet down. There might be something right here. It's pretty cool. Pretty awesome to me. But anyway, I'm just rambling. But you can date sites with charcoal like that. You just got to do it with the right machinery and the right technique. You get an accurate date. Well, within hundreds of years at least. So it could be plus or minus 100 years or 200 years. But you get a fairly good idea of when it happened. And I'm sure they will advance that technology soon enough. Alright, I'm done rambling for here. Man, should I fish here? I'm not going to catch anything. I don't really have bait. Could try to dig up a worm or something. Alright. Get back to you guys if I come across anything around here. This is just a stop on the road. There's Miss Leah looking at the river. Right there. The amazing Susquehanna. Be back soon, guys. When I was doing archaeology in Connecticut, I was working on a spot that looked like this. Much narrower of a river. And the ground looked like this. And I was doing test pits with I forget what it's called, but it's two shovels. Clamp them together and you pull the dirt out. And we were putting them into the sifting machines. And I wasn't this close to the river there. It looked very similar to this, just narrower, like I said. But we were up by the knotweed, like what's up there. And we were looking to protect the site. It was in a major city. And we were just digging, and I was digging and pulling. Now, this is before I got sick. I was digging and pulling the things out, and I noticed I was starting to get chest pain, so I was kind of bummed a little bit. But I was working hard. I was digging the hole. I forget how deep we had to go down, but it was pretty deep because of this muck. The sites are buried deep. And I pulled out a couple pieces of ceramic, a couple flakes. No points or anything like that. But on that day, I got really sick. That's when I first hurt my shoulder. Something happened. And I had pain in here, straight through to here. And I was like, something's up. And I sat down, and I was sweating a lot. And it wasn't that hot. I was like, what the hell? And then I started puking. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? So I got really scared, and I talked to my manager. And he's like, all right, go home, get checked out, whatever, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I went home. I think I went to the ER, and they're like, no, your EKG is fine. It's not your heart. Go home, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I called my boss back to tell him what was up. And he was like, yeah, no, with something like that, we got to let you go. So try to find another job somewhere else. I was like, what the hell, man? I had one incident.
Well, they had a quota of how
Yeah,
many.
they had a quota of how much had to be done in a day, and because I got sick, they fell behind on the quota, and I guess me getting sick screwed them. So, but this spot here reminds me of that, and I did find pottery, ceramics, woodland period stuff. So I don't know what happened with that site or anything because I got laid off, fired, whatever you want to call it. But still good memories. I love doing that stuff. And I'm going to be doing it again. Soon. Soon. So for anyone new to the channel, with that story, I had thyroid cancer. That's what was wrong. They fixed it 6 years ago now. They took it out. I'm good to go. I have some side effects, but I'm still doing this kind of stuff, so I am good. But that's what happened. orthopedic doctor wanted to do an MRI of my shoulder, and when they did the MRI of the shoulder, they saw the cancer in my thyroid. So then I never got my shoulder fixed because I had to go get the cancer fixed. So now I'm trying to fix the shoulder, and I'm in physical therapy right now. I have a week off from physical therapy. They canceled, not me. So I figured I'd come do this and film.
Well, this is its own kind of healing.
Yeah. I always want to go in, but the fish. Fish chasing little fish. All right, let's go make sure we aren't getting towed. Because I hear.
Yep.
I hear a thing. All right, so I am going to get back on the road and look for more rocks and stuff like that. Maybe stop it if I find any ancient sites or anything that I could talk about that's actually reported, like a recorded archaeological site. Maybe I'll go over that, stop some places, I don't know. I'm kind of just winging this whole trip, but I'm loving it so far, so come on guys, let's go. We got stuff to do. We can't just stare at a pretty river forever.
Sure we could. Sure we could.
Alright, heading out.
We just came over to this park just to get a little walk in. And guys, look. Do you know what that is? That is pineapple weed. If you take some, crush it. Oh gosh. When you smell it, it smells so good and it smells like pineapple. And you can make it into a tea. Look at it, it's all here. This is really, really rare for me to see. I never see this stuff. I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania is the only place I've seen it, honestly. And it smells and tastes so freaking good. Unfortunately, we are on a ball field, so I don't know if they use any herbicides here. So I'm not gonna pick any. But that's so exciting, look.
Rupert Covered Bridge was built in 1847 by Jesse Beard. Cost him $1,600. There it is. There's the crew. The bridge was damaged during a flood. And the waterway it's over top is called Fishing Creek. So I should probably fish in there then. And there it is. So there is Fishing Creek. And there's Rupert Bridge. Covered bridge. Look at that. That is a good looking bridge. Carpenter bee floating in the air up there. Oh, I think he just caught a fish. And some beautiful creeks around here. rocks on this side, it's all on the other. So we could get up on the highway over there and come down. Built in 1770. Looks like that shiploads. This truck is having issues.
Jeez.
Bet you that's what dinosaurs sounded like.
What do you say?
Right here in the gravel, right next to the sidewalk, is some Jasper.
Oh wow.
It's just gravel. They chopped it up for... Look at that.
Is that it as well, or no?
Let's find out. Nah. I don't know what that is. Looks like it, but... White cherty stuff.
Weird.
Let's look at this real quick. Grainy. Nappable stuff. It's not the greatest. I should have my flint and steel to test if it sparks or not. Are not pets.
Why not?
Oh, this has all the state animals. Is that a potato? Don't feed the squirrels potatoes.
It's another spot along the Susquehanna.
So, picked up some salmon, and I already ate one. And what I did was I dipped it in horseradish that I bought at this place. The place is called Wild for Salmon, and it is amazing. That is like the best salmon I've ever had. And I split it with Leia. She took half, I took half, and it was fillets, like really thin and really good. Salty, but good. And then this is a traditional smoked. So I'm going to try this in a little bit. It's still thawing. It's already cooked. It's already smoked. It says ready to eat.
Horseradish.
And that was super spicy, super good. My nose is still running from it. Look at that.
Smoked salmon.
Wow. I think I got my new favorite travel treat. It's almost like a super soft jerky, but it's salmon. Wow. Super salty, but it's super good. Rivers and creeks. This stuff is called Basinite. Got a little bit of it. Some of it's good, some of it's not. I'll be able to get points out of all that. Look at that. That's gonna get a nice point, even with the cracks. Smaller points out of that. Good stuff. PA rock. So far, so good. First few days. of the next rock trip. Got quite a bit of stuff. This is only one bag. Alright guys, I will be probably out about another week, and then I'll be uploading.